I'm CCollins with Dennis & Yachting, and today we're in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida, aboard this 93-foot motor yacht, Bookends. Launched in 2018, she's hull number 1 of the 93-foot series from well-known American boat builder Viking Yachts. Bookends features just over 24-foot beam and can accommodate 10 guests in 5 staterooms with 3 crew in 2 cabins aft. A key aspect we'll show you in more depth, and what really stands out for me, are the 4 separate outdoor entertaining areas. Each area is unique in its own way, but the thread tying them together is their versatility. These 4 entertaining venues include a beamy bow, an open bridge deck aft, a climate-controlled aft deck, and a hydraulic swim platform with the bonus of a large garage. And then, the second that you step inside, the thing that jumps out at you is how the tone changes immediately. The large windows surrounding the main deck allow in natural light that illuminates the walnut millwork on both the hard gloss and satin finishes. If I had to choose one word to describe this 93-foot Viking motor yacht, it would be bold. This is not your average Viking, and this is not a sport fish. This is an all-American motor yacht through and through, and today, myself, along with Ryan Alexander, are excited to show you around.
As Chris has begun explaining, there are 4 exterior spaces on board that separate this 93 from any other Viking build, and all of these are areas that you're not going to find on any of this yacht's predecessors. The first of these notable areas we're going to take a look at is the bridge deck aft on the upper deck. This is one of my favorite features on Bookends because of how open the area is and how it's laid out. Looking in the aft section first, we have U-shaped seating that's surrounded by a stainless safety rail. Whether you're seated or standing, the view from up here is amazing, and the wet bar that's located in the port forward corner adds to the list of things to love about the area. Turning our attention to the bar, we see that it has a split-level stone countertop, which offers your bartender extra space for mixing drinks. Along the outside are 4 bar stools where your guests can gather, and then behind the bar are all of the essential appliances you need, including a sink, an electric grill, and an isotherm refrigerator. Covering this area from the elements and the direct sun is a molded hardtop overhead that reaches out beyond the bar. A great aesthetic choice for this feature is the dimmable LED lighting found up here, as well as a Bose speaker system. Looking forward of the wet bar are the entry doors into the enclosed Flybridge, and there's also a large window that drops down electrically to port, which eliminates the divide between the bridge deck aft and the Flybridge. On the other side of this window is a bar top that's lined with 3 padded bar stools that offer you a great view aft, even if the window is in the up position. As you enter the Flybridge, there's hardwood flooring underfoot in the aft section and carpet forward in the lounging area that's located about 10 feet from the entrance. This is one of the most unique features of this yacht, and it's an entertainer's dream. Making this an ideal area for entertaining are stairs that lead down into the salon in the starboard aft corner. Immediately forward of this staircase is the day head with a satin finished vanity and a substantial window that refreshes the space with natural light. Looking out from here, you see the port side L-shaped settee below 3 of the 8 windows that surround the forward half of the living area. There's a coffee table right next to the seating where you can set down your drinks and tune in to the high-low 40-inch TV over on the starboard side. All of the way forward up here is the main helm with a stid helm seat centerline and bench seats outboard. As for the electronics found here, everything works around a 22-inch Garmin multifunction display and the 17-inch displays that flank it. With these, you can keep an eye on the Ghost CCTV camera system, chart plotter, depth sounder, and your radar data. Directly below the displays, we see the first of 2 VHF radios, a pair of engine monitors, and a Furuno RD33 data organizer that reads off, among other things, depth, wind speed, and your global position. Below these electronics to port is a Powerplex ship system control that allows you to stay on top of most of the yacht's crucial systems, including electrical, which controls the yacht's breakers throughout. Other notable items over here are a Fusion stereo unit, ACR spotlight control, and a FLIR thermal camera control. To the starboard side of the wheel are MTU Blue Vision engine controls, which are right next to the yacht's bow and stern thruster joysticks, and an MTU joystick with dynamic positioning. Also located over here are the stabilization controls for both the side power zero-speed fin stabilizers and the yacht's seakeeper. Wrapping up on the Flybridge, the highlight of this area to me is the powered sunroof overhead. As if the glass panels themselves weren't enough, you can easily open this up to invite in the sunshine and sea breeze while you relax on the settee. Just aft of this on the sunroof is the radar mast. The way that this is laid out and the equipment found up here is how you know that Bookends is a serious cruiser. Forward on the mast is a Garmin 6-foot 25 kW open array radar. Just aft are a pair of domes, one of which is an HD7 track vision dome offering the yacht satellite TV, and the other is a track phone dome. Finally, forward of the sunroof is where the boat's FLIR night vision camera is located. Wrapping up with the helm and the navigation electronics, we're going to change gears and take a look at the fun end of the yacht. At the stern, Bookends has a Euro transom with teak treads that lead down onto another teak finish surface, a hydraulic swim platform. This is the first of its kind for Viking and a feature that the builder executed perfectly. Whether the boat's at anchor or underway, one feature that stands out are the multicolor underwater lights below the waterline. These add a great splash of color and make night dives a lot more fun. Another unique feature is the large hydraulic transom door that opens at the touch of a button to reveal a huge garage. In addition to offering you a sizable storage area for your water toys, there are a few built-in options for storage, including a pair of long lockers that flank a centerline watertight door. This door is important because it offers the crew a secondary entrance into the engine room. We'll come back to the mechanical space a little bit later. Right next to the stairs on the port side, in addition to the shore power hookup, is the control that lets you lower the swim platform down into the water. It's in the aftmost spot on this yacht where the term teak beach takes effect, as this platform can remain several feet below the surface of the water, giving you the perfect place to set out some chairs or the option for dive operations when the platform is at its deepest. Wrapping up on the swim platform, our next stop is up on the aft deck. The first thing that grabs your attention up here is the footprint and how useful the layout is. Once again, this is another area that defies what you've come to know about how Viking builds their boats, and it's the way that they went about designing the space that's so impressive. Starting aft, we're going to begin our breakdown of this area at the large alfresco dinette with U-shaped transom seating. The seating wraps around three sides of a custom high-gloss teak table with room for deck chairs along the front side. Curved, polished support beams flank both sides of the dinette, as well as safety gates at the top of the stairs. Just forward of these are another set of gates to port and starboard that you use when you're boarding the yacht from the dock. Another point of access back here are the teak steps that lead up to the bridge deck aft, an area that we've already taken a look at. In the port forward corner of the aft deck is a wet bar with a raised bar top like we saw directly above. Seating is found at 3 bar stools with padded seats and backs mounted on stout stainless pedestals. Behind the bar is a stainless sink, as well as an isotherm ice maker and a refrigerator. Finishing off the bar is the 40-inch TV that drops down from the overhead. Looking up, you'll see that in addition to the lights and built-in Bose sound system, there are several AC vents located up here that make this area enjoyable all summer long. The lights in the overhead, as well as those found below the swim platform, are multicolored and can be changed at controls like this one that's located inboard of the Flybridge staircase. Also found beneath the staircase is a door that offers you access down into the crew quarters and engine room. At the foot of this access ladder is durable Amtico flooring and the first of 2 guest cabins, this one with bunks. The crew who occupy this area share a well-finished head and shower, which is found as we move to the middle of the boat in between the 2 cabins. Located to the port side down here, beyond the head, is the crew common area. This is where we see that you have access to a microwave and 2 cold drawers. There's also an aft-facing seating area with a high-gloss walnut table that drops down from the wall when you need it. The second crew cabin is the captain's cabin with a double berth, which is located outboard on the port side of the yacht. Finally, located down here, there's a watertight engine room access door, which brings us to our next stop. The mechanical space on bookends is all about access. That's why it's painted in bright snow white all grip for easier visibility and maintenance. The workhorses down here are a pair of MTU 12V2000 M96L engines that offer 1,945 horsepower per side. These combine performance with the high-end finishes and accommodations found throughout the more luxurious spaces above. Also of note is that there are warranties on her main engines and transmissions through December of 2023 or 1,000 hours. To either side of the engine room are twin Cummins Onan 55 kilowatt upgraded generators that rest directly below an effective Delta T ventilation system. All of the way forward in here are the 2 units that make up her AC shore power conversion system. One other item of note down here is a Blue Water 75 gallon per hour Clearmate water maker. I mentioned this earlier, but a great selling point of this 93 is the dual stabilization that's offered on board. When you're underway, this yacht is stabilized by a Seakeeper SK35, and when you're at anchor, Bookends is equipped with a side power Vector at anchor stabilizer fin system. Combine these with her hydraulic bow and stern thrusters, and you've got a yacht that's easy to maneuver from the slip to the remote anchorage of your choice. One more feature that you aren't used to seeing on any other Viking are the walk-around side decks and tall gunnels along the outside. These lead you to and from the foredeck, which is where we're headed next. This entire space is covered underfoot with a teak sole and is loaded with entertaining features. The first area to point out is the molded-in bench seating that's just in front of the windshield in the superstructure. What's nice about this area is that it has an optional removable sunshade. This can be put into place quickly by the crew and is supported by 4 removable carbon fiber poles. Located in the immediate area is a separate sound system for the foredeck with a fusion head unit and multiple speakers placed strategically throughout. And then 2 other useful features directly forward of the bench seat are a sink that's hidden below a lid on the port side, as well as a refrigerated locker that can also function as a freezer. Immediately forward of the freezer and sink respectively are convenient bosun lockers with enough room to store all of the covers for this area and all of the exterior deck cleaning supplies. Found just forward and centerline on the bow, we see another lounging option, a wide sun pad with grab rails to either side. At the foot of this sun pad, there are 3 tinted glass panels. One of these is a deck hatch that leads down into the VIP, and the others serve as windows that light up the stateroom below. Forward of the guest spaces are a pair of anchor lockers that flank the yacht's hydraulic windlass. This anchoring system is used to raise and lower the polished anchor that drops down at the touch of a button. Aesthetically, there are a few things that I really like about the design of the bow, and one of those things is the polished bow rail that encircles the entire foredeck. This is a great safety feature, but it's understated just enough as to not compete with the gorgeous gray hull found just below. If you look towards the waterline, you see a bright pop of orange that shows itself when the yacht is up and running. This boot stripe adds an exclamation mark to the domineering size of this '93 Viking. And another design feature that I love in the hull are the windows into the staterooms. The largest windows midship belong to the master stateroom. Aft of this large piece of glass is a window that lets light into the crew bunk cabin, which we've already visited. And then forward is a long window that lights up the VIP. These give you an idea of the size that you can expect in the accommodations below decks. Our next stop brings us back inside through floor-to-ceiling stainless and glass doors. The 3 doors towards the starboard side all slide out of the way completely and essentially combine the climate-controlled aft deck and the welcoming salon. As Chris mentioned at the top of today's walkthrough, Bookends features a highly upgraded interior that includes a satin-finished walnut millwork package. The faces of the cabinets all have that beautiful flat finish, while the tops of them have high gloss finishes, making them easier to repair should they get any scratches during the normal wear and tear that a vessel undergoes. As you could tell from the exterior, windows surround the entirety of the salon and put every detail of the space on display. Starting on the port side, we first see an L-shaped sectional and an adjacent love seat. This seating surrounds a coffee table that rests atop a large area rug. In between the settee and the love seat in the corner, there's a liquor cabinet that's motorized that lifts up at the touch of a button. The seating in the salon faces towards the starboard side, where there are a few great features. The first and most obvious is a 65-inch TV that's on an electric lift and can hide away when you're not using it. Close to this, just below, are the AV controls in an organized rack mount. Looking aft of the TV is a spiraling staircase that we pointed out earlier, which connects the salon and the enclosed flybridge above. Right next to the staircase and by the salon entry doors is a PowerPlex ship system control, as well as a Ghost security system keypad and another lighting control panel. Forward of the TV, built into the large storage credenza, is a wine cooler where you can keep your favorite bottles on hand. Now, let's take a look at the pantograph doors to starboard that open up onto this 93's fold-down balcony. I'm not sure if you noticed this feature when you were looking at the running footage earlier, but integrated into the starboard gunnel is a balcony, the platform of which drops down hydraulically to create a secluded getaway where you can start your day with a cup of coffee in peace. Stepping back inside from here, our last stop in the salon is the formal dining room that has a gorgeous high-gloss teak table with a stainless inlay. Over on the starboard side, by the balcony doors, is a staircase that leads down into the owner's stateroom, located on the lower deck. Let's follow Chris down that way. Bookends Master takes up the full 24 feet 4-inch beam of this yacht and highlights just how much real estate this boat has to offer throughout the lower deck. Over on the starboard side, below a hull-side window, is storage and a tabletop with freestanding seats fore and aft. Aft of the seating area is a large walk-in closet where there's plenty of storage for 2 guests as well as a safe. Exiting the closet and facing the forward bulkhead, we see the Master's 65-inch TV and entertainment system. This is at the foot of a king berth with nightstands to either side. Turning our attention to the port side, we see even more drawer storage below the hull side window and a vanity with a mirror that lifts up when you're getting ready to go out for the night. Aft of this vanity is the entrance into this stateroom's sizable ensuite. And here we have dark stone countertops, as well as his and hers sinks below a long series of medicine cabinet mirrors. The highlight in here is the shower stall located outboard on the port side. In addition to having a whole side window with blinds, this sizable shower is finished with stone and has 2 shower heads. Leaving the master, let's follow Chris as he makes his way back up to the main deck and into Bookend's country kitchen galley. The layout of this space is a favorite in the American market as it allows the guests on board to have a central place to gather throughout the day and at meal times. It also really brings the family element back into the cooking experience. The main appliances found in the galley are in the aft section and include a French door sub-zero refrigerator with a large drawer-style freezer below. The cooking appliances are right next to this and are made up of a Miele conventional oven below a 4-burner induction cooktop, and there's also a microwave convection oven right next to these. In the port corner is a 32-inch TV, which is close to a side deck access door, making life a lot easier for the crew and guests as they move around the yacht. After you're done eating, cleanup takes place on the port side of the galley, where you have access to a twin basin stainless sink, a trash compactor, and an ice maker. Everything in the galley is arranged around a Caesarstone-topped island with a ton of storage on the aft side and seating for 4 around the front side. Forward of the island is a feature that helps cement this galley design as a country kitchen, a built-in dinette below a wrapping series of windows just aft of the foredeck. One final feature to point out in this area is the dayhead, located outboard on the starboard side. Wrapping up in here, let's follow Chris down a set of stairs as we make our way below to the 4 remaining guest accommodations and the yacht's laundry center, which is located at the foot of the stairs in the lower companionway. Turning aft at the laundry center, let's first take a look at the starboard side stateroom with a twin berth configuration. The beds in here face forward and are separated by a nightstand. Looking outboard, we see the large storage options in here between a hanging locker and drawer storage. This guest stateroom is complete with a Jack and Jill entrance into a well-appointed head and shower with shared access from the hall. Opposite this cabin to port is the next stateroom that we're going to break down. This accommodation offers a walk-around berth and a ton of storage, something that you can never have enough of. There are a handful of things that you'll consistently see in all of the guest cabins on board, which are portholes for natural light, as well as entertainment centers with wall-mounted 22-inch TVs. Forward in this cabin is a private ensuite with a shower stall. Leaving here and heading forward, our next stop is a bunk cabin on the starboard side. The 5th and final guest stateroom is the bow VIP, located all of the way forward in the lower companionway. The design in here is all about natural light and an open floor plan, which is arranged around a queen berth. The entrance into the ensuite is on the port side and it features a large shower stall.
Thanks for joining Ryan and myself on this all-American Motor Yacht walkthrough. For more information about this vessel, please contact myself, Chris Collins, my partner, Thom Conboy. We look forward to hearing from you.